Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Luthfia Salma Amanda. My study number 2020043026, and I'm from International Program for Islamic Economics and Finance, Department of Economics, Faculty of Economics and Business, Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University. And this is my first competency test from Macroeconomics, and I will explain about summary from meeting 1 until meeting 3. But before that, I will explain about my department, International Program for Islamic Economics and Finance. They have programs that intensive English course, overseas internship, Arabic language course, and international conference delegate study exchange, and visiting professor. And for you can see that they have exchange program for other country like Thailand, Taiwan, China, and etc. And they have a program IPIEF visitation, and if you want to read a testimony, you can just read this. You can just pause my video. And there are 3 summary chapter from meeting 1 until meeting 3. Macroeconomics for first, national income accounting, second, consumption and investment, and the last is income and spending. Our first chapter is about national income accounting. So what's national income accounting? It is a double entry accounting system used by government to measure how well a country's economy is performing. And national income accounting refers to the government budgeting system that measures the health of an economy, projected growth, economic activity and development during a certain period of time, and it can help assessing the performance of an economy and the flow of money in an economy. And the double entry system principle of accounting is used to prepare the national income account. And the value approach, income approach, and expenditure approach are different ways to calculate national income, and they can use it with combination depending on the concerned income group and sector. The statistic provided by national income accounting can be used by the government to set or modify economic policies, interest rates, and monetary policies. And for accounting equation is represent the relationship between the national income and the economic expense along with other attributes as shown in the following equation is y for national income equal to consumption plus investment and plus government spending plus open bracket export minus import close bracket. And the next is national income accounting and GDP. GDP like gross domestic product (GDP), net national product (NNP), gross national product (GNP), personal income and disposable income are the important metrics determined by national income accounting. But however, the most commonly used measure of the economy is GDP. It is the cumulative value of products and services generated in an economy over a given period of time. Only the goods produced in the home country are included in the GDP regardless of the national status of the company owners. The GDP itself figure may not represent the correct value as some goods may not even make it to the market, but which makes it difficult to determine the true value of the market. Nevertheless, GDP is not very present. The national output and the other economic measure can be derived from GDP. And national income accounting method, there are three. For first is product method. It is based on the net value added to the product at every stage of production. And second method is income method that measured by adding up the pre-tax income generated by the individuals and companies in the economy. And the last is expenditure that measured by adding up the expenditure made by individuals, companies, and the government. And then why national income accounting is important for a country. First, the statistic provides by national income accounting can be used to simplify the procedures and techniques used to measure the aggregate input and output of an economy. The second is national income accounting provides information on the trend of economic activity level. Various social and economic phenomena can be explained through the data which can help the policymakers in framing better economic policies. And third, the national income accounting data also shows the contribution of different sectors relative to each other towards economic growth. And the last is the data on GDP, investment and expenditure also help the government to frame or modify policies regarding infrastructure spending and tax rates. And the second summary from second meeting is about consumption and investment. So what consumption? Consumption is the act of spending income for buying goods and services for satisfying them. It is based on the assumption of the definition that consumption depends on income and other being equal. When the higher their income, so the consumption is decreased. And when the income increase, consumption also increase, but not to the same extent as the increase in income. And the consumption function is C for consumer spending equal to A plus MD. And MPC, marginal prosperity to consume, is defined as the proportion of an aggregate rise in pain that a consumer spends on the consumption of goods and services as opposed to saving it. And then the fraction of total disposable income spent on consumption demand is called the average propensity to consume, or APC. The function is APC equal to consumption demand divided to disposable income, or you can write it as C divided to YD. APC implies the average spending tendency of the community or the people of a country. And then rational consumers tend to smooth consumption over time, borrowing in bad years and saving in good ones. Consumption is driven by wealth, the present discount value of future incomes, the interest rates and current income through credit constraint. And basically, young consumer typically borrow, and older consumer is save. And then this is about investment. Investment is the spending devoted to increasing or maintaining the stock of capital. Investment demand can be disaggregated into business investment, residential investment, and inventory investment. Capital stock increase if gross investment greater than depreciation, and capital stock decrease if gross investment a little with depression. And why does investment occur? First, when there is a discrepancy between desired stock of capital and actual stock of capital, and desired of capital differs from the expected capital stock by the business community in order to conduct their business. Actual capital stock implies the existing stock of capital at any point in time. And investment occurs in order to bridge the gap between the desired stock of capital and the actual stock of capital. The function investment is I equal to I open bracket y r close bracket. That this implies that I change either due to the change in y or due to the change in r. The classical case, investment is the function of the interest rates. When R increase, I declines and vice versa. And then the major components of investment are residential, business plan and equipment, software, and inventories. These are among the most volatile components of output in the short run. In equilibrium, demand for capital determined when the rental cost of capital equals the marginal productivity capital. The major theories and the accelerator theory, neoclassical theory, and the Q theory. These apply differently in different sectors. And then the optimal capital stock equates the marginal productivity of capital and the marginal cost of capital. The optimal capital stock rises when the interest rates fall or when there is technological progress. And because of adjustment costs, firms don't move to their optimal capital stocks immediately. And then the third meeting is about income and spending. The definition for aggregate demand and equilibrium output is the total amount of goods demanded in the economy. The equation is AD equal to C plus I and NX. And economy at equilibrium output when the quantity of output produced equal to the quantity demand, or we can make it an equation y equal to AD plus C plus I plus NX. But when the aggregate demand isn't equal to output, there is unplanned inventory investment or disinvestment. Is the equation is y plus AD. And for consumption, when we eat food, buying goods in online shop or go to a movie, it is consuming some of the output of the economy. The equation is C equal to C open bracket y minus P close bracket. And then this previous equation states that consumption is a function of disposable income. The relationship between consumption and disposable income is called the consumption function. When the disposable income goes up, people buy more goods, but when it goes down, they buy fewer goods. And then you can just read this in the Keynesian cross and the model of macroeconomics in, and there are two. First, actual expenditure, the amount households, firms, and the government spend on goods and services. And two, planned expenditure, the amount households, firms, and the government would like to spend on goods and services. So why would actual expenditure differ from planned expenditure? It is best that firms might engage in unplanned inventory investment because their sales do not meet their expectation. When firms sell less of their product that they planned, their stock of inventories automatically rises, and conversely, when firms sell more than they than planned, their stock of inventories falls. Because these unplanned expenditure, change in inventory are counted as investment spending by firms. Actual expenditure can be either above or below planned expenditure. And this is about the economy equilibrium. You can read it. And how does the company get to equilibrium? It is based on inventory play an important role in the adjustment process whenever an economy is not in equilibrium, firms experience unplanned change in inventories, and this induces them to change the production levels, and change in production in terms influence of total income and expenditure, moving the economy toward equilibrium. And that's all my explanation about a summary macroeconomics from meeting 1 until meeting 3. And last but not least, if you interested with Department of Economics and in Muhammadiyah Jakarta University, you can just visit their website, Instagram, both regular or international program. And then if you want to know more about rules of the program, you can just text in this WhatsApp, and that's all. Thank you for your attention, and thank you so much.